welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today I will continue to expand in Nithya Satsangh about completion. Today Mahadeva is gracing us the Leela called Kalyanikku Karumbootiya Leelai. The Leela means feeding sugar cans to a stone elephant. See, once in a while Mahadeva comes out just for a casual walking in Madurai, assuming human body. So one day he came out for a casual walk, for a vacation. Actually, it's a very nice feeling. How it feels, I'll tell you. You go to US and settle down, leaving your old village. I'm telling you about born and brought up in an Indian village, who was struggling for food in the house. Somehow he goes to US and settles down there, becomes very rich. And after 30 years, he comes back from the US to the hometown. The money which he has, he can now buy the whole village. But he comes back like a vacation, and whatever the items damaged in his house, which he will be selling it in garage sale, or putting it in the dustbin, like an old camera, old shoe, old cooling glass, old DVD player, all that he will bag it and bring. That will be a great gift and asset for those village boys who will be running behind him. Mama, mama, give something. Mama, mama, why did you bring from US? I tell you exactly, this will be the same feeling when an incarnation visits to planet Earth. Whatever human beings think as extraordinary power, I tell you it's all useless. That is the essence message. Don't clap, listen. Whatever you think as extraordinary powers are all useless, rejected things above. And the real thing is the science of how this village boy became that rich. So how an ordinary man can become divine, that science is the real thing. Everything else, the hat, shoe, sweater, cap, the old DVD player, cooling glass, everything is what? Useless, rejected pieces. The extraordinary powers are not the purpose of existence. Sometimes it is shown, maybe to inspire those villagers, you also become me, like me, you can. Just for that. Understand the context in which I am presenting the story. If you misunderstand it, you will be hurt. So don't misunderstand. Otherwise you will think, oh, are we all like small kids running behind the old mama or what? No. I am not comparing you with the small kids. All I am trying to tell is how that man from US, when he returns, what all is useless for him, he distributes as a gift. And people think that is too big thing. Same way, whatever you think is too big, all those powers are nothing but rejected things in the Mahadeva's place, Kailash. Only one thing you need to know, how that man went from the village and became so rich there, means how he evolved. You also need to know only that science of how you can evolve. Let me come to this story. Mahadeva comes down for a vacation in Madurai, assuming human form, and he goes and sits in a corner in the temple, starts doing all his drama. Means so beautifully described in the original Purana, if an old man comes and touches his feet, you see, he was sitting in the form of sadhu. So Madurai people are always respectful towards sadhus. If some old man comes and touches his feet and asks for blessing, he will make him young. Some young fellow goes without touching his feet or respecting him, recognizing him, he will just make him old. It's so beautiful. Variyorai valattoraki kurudaraigan tejasviyakki mudavarai nadakka vaithu மூடரை பேச வைத்து முதியோரை இளைஞர்களாக்கி இளையோரெல்லாம் முதியோர்களாக்கி. That's a beautiful description. He's just sitting and playing the game, energy game, out of his joy, and turning this fellow into that, that fellow into this. Some poor fellow comes and touches his feet, he suddenly showers him with wealth. Some old lady comes and touches his feet, he makes some young girl and beautiful girl. Left and right he is playing with miracles. In few minutes the whole Madurai kingdom came to know that what is happening in the temple. And he was continuing his leelas, playing his drama. King came to know there is a sadhu sitting in the temple doing all these dramas. So he sends his ministers, go and bring that sadhu to court. I want to see him. The ministers go and call him. Hey, king wants to see you. Hey, sadhu, come. He says, no, I am not interested in seeing anybody. If anybody wants to see me, tell them to come here. The ministers go and report to him, report to the king. This is what this sadhu replied. King sends, must be a little foolish fellow, sends the warriors, army, forcibly to bring that sadhu. The whole army goes and tries to pick up that sadhu, and he just waves his hand. All of them have become statues. Stood still. And the king received the news. All of them became stone. King was shocked. Then he runs to the sadhu. And sadhu was sitting without even bothered about the king. And king was really offended. And he got humiliated. But still this fellow was so egoistic. I think maybe Mahadeva came down just to teach a lesson to the king. Still he was so arrogant and standing. Exactly at that moment, some devotee brings a sugar cane and puts at the feet of sadhu and does namaskar. King asks the sadhu just to check, if you are that big yogi, can you feed this stone elephant with this with this sugar cane? The sadhu, sage, just smiles at the stone elephant. Suddenly the elephant became alive, started roaring with a trumpeting sound, ate the whole sugar cane. Not only that, it just snatched away the king's pearl mala and ate that also. King got frightened. King was shaken. Then he understood the glory of the sage and he fell at the feet of the sage and asked him to apologize and asked him to bless for a male child to take care of the kingdom, because the king has realized now Somasundara himself is the sage and none other than Somasundara. And then once Mahadeva taught the lesson to the king, he just disappeared into the temple, into the main deity, and still he is worshipped as a Lam Vallasittar who came down to feed the elephant. Just near the same elephant which ate the sugar cane in Madurai temple, Lam Vallasittar has a separate shrine, a private shrine, and the king also got the male child who is known as Vikramabandya and became his successor. Whenever some king becomes atheist, Mahadeva himself comes down and puts them on track. Today Mahadeva is in that Leela, reminding all of us his beautiful Leelas, which continues even now. Today is the first ever spiritual talk show by kids in the world on Nithyananda TV and Lotus TV in Tamil. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. All are welcome to watch. Today's second episode. Disclaimer. Get ready to be bowled over by the little avatars. In Tamil there is a proverb, Pambu sirusanalum pashanam kurayadu. Means, even if the snake is little snake, the poison will not be less. So even if there are little avatars, the energy and intelligence will not be less. I'll continue to expand on completion. Listen, when the completion happens in you, the context with which you do the completion also is important. Yesterday we were discussing, I was having the session about completion with the inner awakening, level 2 participants. That time I was sharing some of the insights which I wanted to share with all of you, because I know most of the TV viewers are practicing many of the spiritual principles I am teaching in the morning Nithya Satsangh, because I get a lot of calls to our enriching temple. Enriching temple is the department which attends all your calls. So many people practice these truths, these messages. So understand, I wanted to continuously make you all understand the deeper and deeper levels of truths so that you can practice this science wherever you are. First thing, completion is not apologizing. Understand? In completion, you may apologize, not because you feel powerless, but because you feel powerful now, not because at that time you did some mistake, but because at those days you had inadequate cognition. Please understand. As a law of life, your cognition will continue to grow. As law of life, your cognition will continue to grow. As law of life, you will continue to expand. Then now you have only two choices. One, either you go on be crying about your past as a wrong mistake, or you can look at the whole thing as inadequate cognition and raise your cognition level. I tell you, when you complete, do not have apologetic mood. Do not feel the guilt. You have done something wrong. No. Because if you feel guilty, you will not go through all the past and complete. Because even one or two will make you so tired, you will be agitated, irritated. You will think, what is this? Why should I think? So you will develop a subtle hatred towards completion. You will never sit for completion sessions. How many of you feel, listen, bored or tired, don't want to sit for completion? Raise your hand. All of you need to know, you are only having a deep guilt about past. You should know you have not done something wrong in the past, but listen, you have not done anything wrong in the past, but it was just inadequate cognition. You expecting you should have the adequate cognition from the childhood is impractical expectation in this society. Then you should have become my Gurukul child. In the society you can't expect to have a complete cognition. You can't expect society to allow you to continue to have a complete cognition. A child is allowed to have a complete cognition only in my Gurukul. And if you just allow the complete cognition, full brain of a child to be functioning, helping the child, encouraging the child to learn, so beautiful. So beautiful. So first thing you need to understand is completion is not feeling guilty about your past, remembering your past inadequate cognition and completing it so that decisions and patterns you developed during inadequate cognition does not need to continue to exist in your present inner space and affect your life now. If you are bored, unhappy, don't want to sit for completion, be very clear. You are not completing, you are just sitting with your past guilt and just brooding over. Just brooding over. जब आप पूर्णत्व क्रिया करते हैं, पूर्णत्व स्थिति में स्वयं को लाने के साथ साथ जो संदर्भ और समाज के साथ आप उस पूर्णत्व की क्रिया को करते हैं, वो भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। समझ के साथ, संदर्भ और समझ के साथ आप उस पूर्णत्व की क्रिया को करते हैं, वो भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। लिसन एंड अंडरस्टैंड। Completion is not apologizing. Same way when you are completing with others, don't be in the apologetic mood. You are not apologizing. Sometimes apologizing may happen. See, many times, only if you feel powerless, if you fall into the powerless mode, you apologize. Don't fall into powerless mode. Sit powerfully. Remember very clearly, when you had those powerless moments, some part of you have been stuck with others. Now you are reclaiming those parts. That's all. For example, if I had a fight with my elder brother when I was 6, and still that memory is there in me, that fear is there in me, that feeling is there in me, means still that 6-year-old child is influencing me. So all I am trying to do is I am liberating myself from that fear pattern which I created at the age of 6, which happened due to fighting with my brother. I am not now going and apologizing to my brother. Oh, sorry, that time I beat you. Now I apologize. No. You may apologize in some time, but completion itself is not just apologizing. It is like making the other person understand and making yourself understand that fighting in the young age created a strong, fearful, powerless pattern in you, which is responsible for still you struggling, suffering with a wrong cognition, improper, inadequate cognition. Completion means shifting the cognition from an inadequate cognition which is restrictive to an expansive cognition which expands you and the other person. I tell you, completion brings integrity in you. Completion brings authenticity in you. Completion brings responsibility in you. Completion brings enriching in you. Completion brings listening in you. Completion brings completion in you. Completion is tapas. Completion is yajna. Completion is puja. Completion is kriya. Completion is homa. Completion is jnana. Completion is bhakti. Completion is yoga. Completion is completion. completion in every level, completion in every step, completion in every way. पूर्णत्व स्थिति आप में संपूर्ति श्रद्धा उत्तरदायित्व लाभान्वित करना सुनने की स्थिति और पूर्णत्व स्थिति इन सबको लाती है. Completion is Shraddha. Completion is Shraddha. Completion is Tapa. Completion is Puja. All the candidates applied for sannyas, all the sannyas training participants, I request all of you to be in the campus before Monday, means 15. Am I right? Yes, 15. Because from 15 you have to start doing completion. So that the sannyas initiation rituals can start. पूर्णत्व तब है और पूर्णत्व जब है, पूर्णत्व ध्यान है और पूर्णत्व योग है और पूर्णत्व श्रद्धा है और पूर्णत्व श्राद्धा है. पूर्णत्व ही सब कुछ है. Completion, completion, completion. Completion makes miracles happen in you. Completion makes health happen in you. Completion makes joy happen in you. Completion makes bliss happen in you. Completion makes space of positivity happen in you. Completion makes space of possibility happen in you. Completion makes space of knowledge happen in you. Completion makes space of leadership happen in you. Completion makes enlightenment itself happen in you. The right space is created in you only by completion. I tell you all, anybody who thinks I am your guru, the first instruction for you, 6 months you should take up completion. First 6 months is completion. Now, to introduce completion and teach the basic science of completion, I am introducing a new program, 4-day program. In all inner awakening, first 4 days of every inner awakening, the program will be called Intro to Inner Awakening. This program is all about completion, teaching the science of completion. Please understand, in the inner awakening, first 4 days will be the inner awakening introduction level. Then first 10 days will be the inner awakening level 1. And next 11 days will be inner awakening level 2. I am opening the doors for the people who can't afford so many days in their life. Of course, every day in the morning satsang, I am sharing, but unfortunately human beings doesn't start till the right space is created. till the right space is created. So, we are starting this program from August 16th to 19th, that 4 days we will be having this program. I welcome everyone to come and experience the space of completion, the knowledge of completion. You will be initiated into completion process, into Purnatva Kriya. In Introduction to Inner Awakening, intro level, IA, you will have knowledge of listening, right listening, and 4 tattvas, identifying your conflicting patterns, identifying your root pattern, samskara dahana kriya, and initiation into Nitya Dhyan. You will be having the basic intelligence, knowledge about completion. Completion brings peace in the world. Completion brings bliss in the world. Completion brings coexistence in the world. Completion brings coexistence in the world. I tell you, with completion, you become human being. With completion, you become divine being. Everything, completion makes everything, every right thing in your life. Completion does every good thing in your life. पूर्णत्व आप में चमत्कारों का सृजन करता है. पूर्णत्व आप में स्वास्थ्य का सृजन करता है. पूर्णत्व आप में आनंद का सृजन करता है. पूर्णत्व आप में ज्ञान का सृजन करता है. पूर्णत्व आप में ध्यान की स्थिति को लाती है. पूर्णत्व आप में मुक्ति की स्थिति को लाती है. इसीलिए हम केवल पूर्णत्व स्थिति में आपको लाने के लिए 4 दिन का कार्यक्रम आरंभ कर रहे हैं, जिसमें आप स्वयं के साथ पूर्णत्व स्थिति में स्थिर होने की दीक्षा प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. हम इस कार्यक्रम को अगस्त 16 तारीख से अगस्त 19 तारीख तक कर रहे हैं. आप सब इसमें भाग ले सकते हैं और स्वयं को पूर्णत्व स्थिति में स्थापित कर सकते हैं. इस कार्यक्रम के बारे में अधिक जानकारी के लिए हमें कॉल कीजिए. कॉल करने का फ़ोन नंबर आपके टीवी स्क्रीन पे है. Understand? I also sincerely request all the volunteers, Samajis, Satsangis to attend this 4-day intro for IA if you have done inner awakening before the December 2012. If you have done inner awakening before December 2012, I request you to do this 4-day program. I think only in February Inner Awakening 2013, I introduced the science of root pattern and completion. Till then I was developing it, organizing it from our traditions and shastras and scriptures. So if you have done inner awakening before 2013, I request, please do this 4-day program, Introduction to Inner Awakening. So you can participate in completion and you can upgrade your intelligence. And this 4-day program will be available even on two-way video conferencing. Even two-way video conferencing. Even in India, we will be having two-way video conferencing. People can do it from their own cities. Even in India, people will be able to do in their own cities. So completion. I tell you, completion brings relationships back in your life. Completion brings knowledge in your life. Completion brings new being in your life. And Guru Purnima is the celebration of completion. Actually, even traditionally the whole Guru Purnima programs, rituals are based on the principle completion. You complete with your Guru. See, even the Guru Purnima ritual, people usually offer Guru Dakshina to Guru, gifts in whatever form they can. Do completion with the Guru and receive the prasada, the rice from Guru. Guru gives whatever he got through the bhiksha from disciples. Guru Purnima is the day tradition says anything disciples offer, Guru has to accept. He can't say no. Still I follow the tradition. Guru Purnima is the only day you will see me receiving from your hand. Otherwise, anything you bring, I'll say, give it to them. How many of you observed? Anything you bring in any day, I will never take it from my hand. I'll touch it and say, give it to them. Even Ramakrishna, anybody brings anything, he will never accept. He will touch it and say, all right, do what you want, leave it and go. Guru Purnima is the only day he will receive it in the hands. So, Guru Purnima is the only day I receive it directly in my cloth or my hand, because it is celebration of completion. People offer coconut and rice. Coconut denotes your ego, head, thick head. And rice is all the incompletions, karmas. You offer both to Guru, because whole Guru Purnima is this process of completion. पूर्णत्व आपके जीवन में जो संबंध आपको चुके हैं, खो चुके हैं, उन्हें वापस लाती है। पूर्णत्व आपके जीवन में ज्ञान लाता है और पूर्णत्व आप में एक नवीन जीव को सृजन करते हैं। You experience new life with completion. Essence of today's satsang: completion is everything. Learn the science of completion and start completion in your life. because completion is everything. Today, 15th batch Nirahara Samyama, level 3, first day. We'll start the Nirahara Samyama. अब हम नित्य सत्संग के अगले भाग निराहार संयमा में प्रवेश करेंगे। सीधी तरह से बैठ जाइए और चेतना स्थिति के साथ कल्पना कीजिए कि आप बिड़दी वटवृक्ष बन गए हैं और अपने दोनों नासिकाओं और मुंह के द्वारा सांस अंदर लीजिए। जितनी देर सांस को आप अपने अंदर बांध कर रख सकते हैं उतनी देर आपके अंदर सांस को बांध कर रखिए। जब आप सांस को और बांध कर नहीं रख पा रहे हैं तब आप अपने मुंह बंद रखे सांस को अपनी दोनों नासिकाओं द्वारा धीरे से छोड़ दीजिए। आप में अपनी पूरे संपूर्ति श्रद्धा उत्तरदायित्व और लाभान्वित करने के 4 तत्वों के साथ आशीर्वाद देता हूँ कि आप सबकी कुंडलिनी शक्ति जागृत हो जाए और आप सब अपनी जीव ऊर्जा को सीधे आकाश और वायु से उत्पन्न करें। आप क्रिया आरंभ कीजिए और इस क्रिया को लगातार 21 मिनट तक कीजिए। All the Nirahara Samyama participants, please sit straight, close your eyes. And cognize you became Bididi Kalpavriksha and inhale through both the nostrils and the mouth. Hold as long as you can comfortably inside you. When you feel you can't hold anymore comfortably the air inside you, slowly exhale through both the nostrils, not through the mouth, keeping the mouth tightly closed. Continue this process and continue this for next 21 minutes. I bless you all with integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching with eternal bliss. Let you all experience intense Kundalini awakening and live health, bliss and enlightenment. Namah Shivaya. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.